Hello, my friend. It's my favorite time of the month. It's favorites and fails time where we count. Shit. Okay, all right. Hello, my friend. It's my favorite video of the month. It is time for my favorites and fails countdown where I count from the worst product I tried this month, which is really, really, really bad, all the way up to the best product I tried this month, which is really, 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 really good, and I can't wait to share it with you. So if that sounds interesting, hang tight. We're getting into it right now. All right, so unfortunately, same thing that happened last month happened again this month. My worst products this month were from subscription boxes. So let's go ahead and jump in and I'll share with you number 10. Number 10 is this terrible, awful, horrible, in my opinion, liquid lipstick by Lorac Pro. If you got this thing to work, I would love to know how you got it to work, what you do, because this was awful for me. The first time I tried to apply it, it was a complete disaster. It's a dark shade, so it probably needs a lip liner, but I wanted to try it without a lip liner to see how it would go. I don't have that many wrinkles around my lips, but it immediately started seeping into any kind of creasing I have on the outside of my lips. And my lips really don't have a whole lot of wrinkles on the outside. Then it was incredibly patchy, incredibly patchy. I had to put 3 layers on it to get it to be opaque. Then after that, it was uncomfortable. It started crackling almost immediately. It looked horrible. Like it looked straight up like some kind of weird fish. Like it was like this weird dark color with like my weird lips, and it was just the creepiest looking thing. So long story short, horrible without a lip liner. With a lip liner, it is better. It helps with the comfort of it. It helps with the bleeding of it. It helps with the opacity of it, but it doesn't really truly help it to be comfortable. And I still had that cracking and flaking terribleness. This is a huge no. No, 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 no. I got this in BoxyCharm that is sent to me in PR. Doesn't matter. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you no matter what. This is definitely well worthy of the number 10 spot in the countdown this month. Number 9 was almost equally as bad. Almost. This is the Butter London Stroke of Wow Roll-On Precision Liner, and it's one of those pizza cutter eyeliners. I had a feeling this was gonna be bad, but I tried to push aside all of my previous preconceived thoughts about what this might be, gave it a good try. Girlfriend or boyfriend. It was just as bad as I thought it was gonna be. It is extremely liquidy. It seeps into the fine lines on my lids, which of course is very, very bad. But even worse than that, if I try to go out and do a wing with it, it's so liquidy, it goes up into my crease and makes this weird, like, I don't know why I'm talking about fish so much today, but it almost looks like a fish, like fin sticking up with like it's just, I don't know how to describe it. It is horrible. I really, really don't like this product at all. The only saving grace of this is that it is very, very black, which I personally like in a liner, and the removal of it is very easy. It almost kind of flakes off as you try to wash it off, which I personally really, really like because it saves kind of the mess of removal that eye makeup can sometimes have. But no. This is a huge no. The formula is not good. The pizza wheel thing application is not my favorite, and no. This is bad. Not good. Not good at all. Moving on to a product that I did do a full review on, and this was kind of in the middle of the products that I tried from PROFUSION. This is the Pro Pigment palette by PROFUSION. I'll leave the link down below to my full review of all the PROFUSION products that I tried. This one was okay. It's a $10 palette, so you have to kind of keep that in mind. If you're in a pinch and you need an eyeshadow palette, they will work. But they're definitely not something that I would choose to use just because they're not easy to use. The colors in here are absolutely beautiful, and I did do a look in that video using this palette that came out okay. But overall, I don't think that it's worth the extra effort it takes to make this work unless you are in a pinch and you just need an eyeshadow palette and you don't care how long it takes to create the look, or if you just have a lot more skill than I do. But overall, I didn't enjoy a lot of the PROFUSION palettes except for one thing, but I won't get into that because I already did the full review. Again, link down below. Even though this next product is number 7, it's really not that bad. It's actually better than I thought it was going to be based on the reviews that I saw. There was a lot of negative about this palette when it was launched, but I do want to tell you my opinion on it. It's the Dominique Cosmetics Lemonade palette. The shades in here are so pretty, and I did get her first palette, the Latte palette, really enjoyed it. I believe I did do a full review on that palette. This one I did not like as much, I have to say, but I did get some really pretty looks out of it. My big complaint about this is that the lasting power isn't as good as the Latte palette, but they did apply overall pretty nicely. That's why it's kind of in the middle of the countdown. I think that it definitely has its place in my collection. I'm very happy to have it, but I feel like especially the shimmer shades are a little more difficult to work with. The matte shades are really actually very fun to work with. I mean, some of these colors are so unique to my collection and fun. I don't think it's as bad as what people were saying about it, but it might be that I do believe Kristen Dominique, who owns Dominique Cosmetics, I think that she said that they were kind of reformulating and tweaking things, and I did get this after that, so maybe that's why I'm having a different experience in some of the reviews that I read. But end game is that mattes are good, shimmers are iffy, and I'm happy to have it, but it's not fabulous. Is a product that I did do a full review on. It is the Too Faced Cosmetics Gingerbread palette. I'll give you down to the nitty gritty of what I said about this. It's a pretty palette. Not super unique. Some of the shades are really beautiful. Ease of use is pretty good. Relatively easy to work with. The gingerbread scent does not exist. What this smells like now that I'm like really thinking about it, it smells like, do you know those vanilla Tootsie Rolls that are like kind of the weird Tootsie Rolls? Tootsie Rolls are supposed to be chocolate flavored, but then you have those weird flavors, the vanilla ones. That's what this smells like a plasticky vanilla. It doesn't smell like gingerbread to me at all. And in the comments under this video, nobody said that it smelled like gingerbread to them. It genuinely doesn't, so I don't really get that. And I think that's a big draw to this palette, is that gingerbread scent. Don't buy it because of gingerbread scent. It's not real. It's not real. But overall, the palette is pretty good and you can get some pretty looks out of it, but I really feel like the reason why this might be good in a collection is really just for the collector's purpose, or if you're relatively new to makeup and you don't have shades like this, then maybe, but you know, it's okay. But I like it better than the Lemonade palette. I like it better than Profusion palette, but I don't like it as much as the next palette. Hold up for the next one. The rest of the products are things that I really like, but this is my least favorite of the things I really like. It is the Urban Decay Elements palette. The shades in here are gorgeous and the design of it is beautiful. I feel like there are some shades in here that are pretty unique to my collection, including this pinky purpley kind of shade up here called Ego. This bright pink here, I haven't used it yet, but it is really pretty, called Dreamweaver. That's also relatively unique to my collection. I love these greens down here. They're beautiful. Very easy to work with on these more natural skin tony looking shades down here. We do have a duochrome, kind of like a teal brown-ish here, but you mostly see the brown in it. You don't really see that shift that much. I'm wearing it on my eyes today in the middle, so you can't really see the shift as much as I wish that I could. I've got this shade in the inner corner. It's a beautiful inner corner highlight shade. Overall, I do really like this palette. My one big complaint here is that I wish that there was one or two more mattes in here. I feel like that would help me to deepen up my crease, even if it was colored mattes. You've really got just 3 mattes in here, the pink, this one, and this one. It would have been nice to have a deeper colored matte. But other than that, I think it's a really fun palette to play with. I definitely recommend it. I'm not gonna do a full review on this because there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of interest in the community. So I'm telling you now, it is a recommend if you like these shades. It performs very well and I do enjoy it. One thing I forgot to mention that I really wanted to make sure I mention is the things that were sent to me in PR. So BoxyCharm stuff sent in PR, the Profusion sent in PR, everything else I purchased. This next product was also sent in PR. This is the Foolproof Brow Powder by Benefit, and I'm a huge fan of Benefit brow products. I had never tried this one. I was a little bit skeptical just because it was like this cutesy little eyebrow shape, and it was like got this weird sponge applicator thing in there that I personally don't don't like and don't find functional at all. I feel like a little brush would have been much more helpful and useful in my opinion. But the product in here, the powder, is really, really good. I love how they've kind of got a guide here of where to apply the product. So you're supposed to apply the lighter shade from here to the middle of your brow, and then the deeper shade from the middle to the outer corner of your brow. And they give you that guide as a visual within the product. Is it the best brow powder I've ever used? I think it would be tied. I think that it's just as good as the Anastasia one. I think it's just as good as the one from the Balm. There was one from Bodyography that I got a long time ago that I loved. I feel like this works just as well. My only complaint about it isn't really a complaint, it's more of a personal thing to me, is that this shade right here is a little bit warm for my personal brows. But I mean, that's just me. The product itself is really nice. The way that it applies looks very natural, and it's very easy to use. I don't feel like it goes on too thick. It doesn't adhere to my brow hairs, which I really like. It sinks right down to the skin, sinks right down to the skin, and it's just a really great brow powder, and I definitely recommend it. Next up is a product that I got on my trip that was kind of an impulse buy. We were in a store that's owned by Maynard, who was the lead singer of Tool. He owns a lot of businesses. He owns a winery, he owns a clothing store, and this is a product that I found in his clothing store, randomly enough. It is a SAVANNAH Bee product, and it is called the Royal Jelly Body Butter. Oh my God. I've noticed as it's starting to get colder out, my skin is getting drier, so I'm using this every night before I go to bed on my hands. It smells amazing. Like, I can even smell it like through the jar. It smells so good. It's so cute. It smells like a sugary honey cookie is what it smells like, and it feels so good on the skin. Some of the top ingredients in this are royal jelly extract and also bee propolis, and those are some of my favorite ingredients in skincare after research that I've done. And to see the royal jelly so high up on the ingredient list made me super happy, and it just feels good, it smells good, it's not overly greasy for a body butter, and just really, really enjoying this. And I'm very glad that I purchased it, and it's adorable too, to like sit up, and it's got the little box, and it's just such a cute little product, and I really like it. Number 2 on the countdown is a product that was given to me by my friend Nicole over at Yay or Nay Nicole. I will put her cute little face right there so you can see what she looks like. She also has a YouTube channel, and she is fabulous. She's such a sweetheart. She gifted this to me when we went to go visit her in San Francisco. This is the Thrive Causemetics Buildable Blur CC Cream, and I have it in the shade Light. I love the finish on this CC cream. It gives a nice medium coverage, but it's not matte and it's not dewy. It's got this really nice natural looking finish that has like kind of a little bit of a soft satin kind of look on my skin. It looks really good. So it covers up and kind of evens up my skin tone without making me look cakey in any way, which is what I really, really like. And lasting power on this is fantastic. It lasts me all day long. I feel like it barely looks any different from the beginning of the day to the end of the day, which is rare for me to find a foundation that lasts that long on my face. I do usually use a face primer, but this has been working with any face primer that I've chosen. And I also use different setting powders. Again, has worked really well with every setting powder that I've chosen. I don't use setting spray. That's a personal choice, but I do want to let you know just so you can evaluate whether this is right for you. But with the products that I've been using, it has been fantastic, and I'm really thankful to have it. So thank you, Nicole. I love it. And the last product is a product that I was sent in PR a while ago, and I kind of tried it and kind of was like, and then I brought it with me to Generation Beauty, which was 3 weekends ago, somewhere in there. And I put it on, and I was in the hotel room with my friend Linda from Glitter Fallout, and I was like going like this with my face. I was like, oh girl, look at my cheeks. Woo! I was so excited about it, and I was like, I didn't realize how much I like this. This is the Nikki Tutorials Glow Goals Highlighter by Ofra, and it's just such a beautiful, beautiful highlight. I am wearing it today. You see it? You see my glow? Hopefully you can see it. I don't load on the highlighter like some people do. Some people really pack it on so it looks like a strip of highlighter. I don't do that, but I do like a little bit of light application. And this one you can apply a little bit lighter, which I like. You don't have to like glow to the gods every second, you know, if you don't want to. You are going to get a significant shine. This is kind of the lightest it'll go on, but lasting power is phenomenal. That's another thing about Ofra highlighters in general, is that lasting power is so good. I put it on in the morning for Generation Beauty, and when it was time for me to go to the dinner party we were going to, I still had highlighter on. Just really, really good for lasting power, and that doesn't happen with a lot of highlighters for me, so that's why this is at number one. It's one of those things where it was just kind of a pleasant surprise, like, where have you been all my life kind of thing, and it was particularly the shade that impressed me this month. So that is it for my favorites and fails countdown for this month. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, definitely make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss next month's. If you've tried any of these products that I've talked about, don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments below, because this isn't just about me and my opinions, it's also about you, in the collective brain of makeup awesomeness, where we help each other not to buy crap and to buy things that are totally worth it. Thank you again for spending part of your day with me. I appreciate it so much. Mad love to you, and I will see you in a video very, very soon. Bye!